Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 299 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
And I'm Weston Pugh. And today we are going to take and look at a really cool condo over in Cedar Springs. And in the second half,
Oh, I didn't get the inflection that I didn't get the toss off there. But in our second half today, we're going to talk about the craziest things that we've seen while showing real estate.
we've been doing this for 299 episodes, and he says he did not hear the inflection. I don't believe that. You were daydreaming.
You stepped on my line again.
No, I did not.
I'm supposed to say, okay, anyway.
I got it right. All right. So glad you're here. Let's talk about what we want to talk about in the first 5 minutes. Jeff pulled this segment, and we're going to talk about living small. Tell us more about living small, Jeff.
So the first thing I wanted to show you is these are from Volferda. Volferda, I think is the right way to say it. These are little bitty tiny houses, but they're not tiny houses on wheels. These come from China, and they are waterproof, resistant. You've got floor to ceiling glass on them. They're really, really cool studio type homes that you can order and have delivered. They do deliver to the United States. On the website, it very clearly says delivery fees on these can be anywhere from $11,000 to $29,000, depending upon two factors. One is where you live in the United States, and number two, do you want it delivered put together, or do you want it delivered as a kit?
And it's from China. Good luck on getting those right now. I bet that's going to be tough. But they do look great, and as an ADU, I think this would be an excellent, if you've got the square footage for this is a really good fix. One of the other ones that we're going to talk about that Jeff found is called a zip kit home. Now the zip kit home, to me, this looks more familiar. I believe that we had a client that had invested down in the hill country on a lake, and they had put like 14 of these around the lake and created a small Airbnb community. This looks like something that would work. I mean, it could still work as an ADU on your own personal. The quality looks just a little bit different, as is the price. So the Teton, I believe this is what we're looking at here, starts about $120,000.
Yeah.
But I think you need to think a little bit further. This would be worth hiring either an architect or an actual general contractor to figure out how to get this installed, because you are probably going to need a crane to get this thing in the backyard if it comes completed.
Yeah, I would. I don't know if it's just the style of the way these look or what, but it feels like they would be more used out in the, where you've got your 5 acres of land out in the country, or I mean, you certainly use them in the backyard, but just like the style makes me think these are more outdoorsy than in my backyard.
Yeah, it's because of that. I think also when you look and you see that upstairs deck, I think that looks more like a place to go and sit and either sunrise or sunset or both.
And the last thing is something I absolutely refuse to do, and this is to have a Murphy bed.
You refuse to have one?
What?
Why?
I do not have a bed in my guest room because I have found that people come and stay more often than I want them to. So that's why I have my little guest apartment out there.
For me, this is a no-brainer, whether it's like a living room to add additional steep space. If it's an Airbnb, this is a great alternative. But the other thing too is, even if like an efficiency, say that you had an efficiency condo,
yeah, totally.
This would work out amazingly. So look these up. Murphy Door, I will tell you this much, they are running, I've been notified that they're doing specials on their doors. They may actually be doing it also on there.
You've been notarized?
Notarized, yes. This one thinks he's funny today. He had a Red Bull and he's on fire.
Anyway.
Enough. All right. In the market, let's take a look at what's happening in Dallas in the last 7 days. I know that we're in the deep chill right now. We're all bundled up, and it looks like it's reflected a little bit in what's happening in the market.
Yeah, everything's a little down except for solds. Solds were up quite a bit last week.
Yeah, we saw also we were trending upwards in that both under contract and pending, so we know that's happening. As we move into this middle part of the month, this is just traditional. It's what happens. Rates, they're holding in at the exact same month, or about the exact same amount. One of the things that we did see is that in the active listings, the second most expensive house to come on the market this year in Dallas has entered. It is $32.5 million. It is a 6-bedroom, 7 full, 6 half baths, 5-car garage. And check it out. It is just over 23,000 square feet. So if you'd like to know more about that, let us know.
It's on the corner of Euclid and I can't remember the cross street, but it is the most. It is not the most. It is a very unassuming house from the front.
Mm-hmm.
But when we saw the aerial view of how big that property is and how far back it goes,
It is a compound.
It is a compound.
It's
Literally.
amazing. It is. All right.
So let's talk about our house.
Which one is it, Jeff?
Really, really cool. 5006 Cedar Springs, unit number F. This is the end unit. It is on the Cedar Springs end of it. I have sold this specific home 5 times.
And how long have you been in the business?
30 plus years.
That's what happens when you've been around the block a couple of times. Literally, people.
Yeah, these are my second. I'm sorry, these are the third people that I've helped buy or sell this place.
So we know all about this house, and this is really a great area. This is easy access to so many things. So we're going to talk about commuting both for into downtown, great on the toll road, also heading north. Also, if you're like more of a get around with an airplane, left field is just up the street. So this is I used to call this epicenter adjacent. Mm-hmm. So you can get around so many things in this area, but yet not have to be like listening to the bars close in the middle of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. You're on the northern side of the tollway here. You know, it's funny how the tollway is kind of the dividing line between the busier traffic going south on Cedar Springs and the busier traffic going north.
I would agree with that. This is just a really easy pocket. Now we're going to talk about what locals like in this area, and Jeff has selected some of his favorites.
One of the most important things I think is Katy Trail access.
Always.
Katy Trail is inherently important to our city from an outdoor lifestyle perspective, a financial perspective, a giving perspective. You have a 9-minute ride from this house down to Katy Trail. And then if you did the round trip on Katy Trail, you're going to add another 7 miles to your ride. Mm-hmm. And then you have a very simple 9-minute ride back home to be your cool down.
Yep. So this is also really great because of the way that the Katy Trail connects into the design district, you can get around a lot more. So it's a lot more than just the Katy Trail, but this is one of the huge draws for the Uptown and creates, as Jeff said, a wonderful lifestyle. If you're looking for Tex-Mex, go no further than one of Dallas's local. And that is going to be glorious. You have 2 locations to choose from. The original on Lemon. Actually, it's not. It's the original of Oak Lawn. The original is in Oak Lawn is here on Lemon. And then you also have one at the other end of Lemon, but we call it Carlisle. This is 2 great locations. Lemon was remodeled. Carlisle is newer. Both wonderful. They're known for their Mambo taxis.
No, they're not.
Really?
No.
Is that the taco diner?
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, well.
But they are known for very good margaritas. These are one of the best margaritas in town.
I remember in happy hour when I first moved here, they were $3 during happy hour.
Yeah,
that is not what they are anymore.
$6 in happy hour now, only from 3 until 6 p.m.
But the glass.
And I only know that because we go on Thursdays with some neighbors, and we get there at 5:30, and we can get 2 of them ordered before 6 o'clock.
Well, look at you. So this weekend, I actually went to this last place that we're going to talk about, and this is actually the Grapevine Bar. This is the new location. This is down on Renfield, and this is a Dallas staple. It used to be on Maple there at Cedar Springs, but it has since relocated, and it is a wonderful location. Have you been here?
Oh, 20 times, 30 times.
It's so funny because one of the guys said, "Oh, don't you miss that smell from the old Grapevine?" And I go, no, it was one of the reasons why I hated going there. It was a sewer smell. I was like, I hate that smell. No.
The new one's got everything that everything that the old one had except that smell. It's got outdoor basketball. It's got outdoor seating. It's got a sign on the door that says, check your attitude before you come in. It is, I've been there with the DJ. I've been there when there's live music. It is fun anytime you go.
I saw a Cure cover band there, and that Cure cover band was living it. I was like, I think he thinks he is the Cure. It was legit. I was like, all right, he needs a burrito.
One of the last great things I'll say about them is they do have a kitchen there that they do not operate, but they let you bring other food in.
Sure do.
And that I think is always a big plus for a bar like that, because a lot of times you're restricted just to bar food.
Yeah, they did.
And here you're not.
So let's talk about 5006 Unit F, Cedar Springs Road.
So this is a really cool end unit that is, it's about 1,700 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's almost kind of a split level. You can see where the front door comes. You've a few steps going up, and then you come up into this really nice, big, really expansive living room. 9-foot ceilings, recessed can lighting. The owners have taken such great care of this home, and you can see how it kind of seamlessly folds back in toward toward the dining area.
I hope we did this justice, because this is really one of the largest common spaces that we've had, where it incorporated both this living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. You don't often get a place where you could easily, I mean easily, entertain 30 people in this place.
Yeah, I think that living room's like 22 feet long or something like that. It's a good sized room.
You can change it up, do a lot of different variations on the seating. You have a great place for your dining room table. It can have versatility as well, expand, shrink, but it is a great spot in a great location.
And I want to point out in that photo specifically how the light comes in. You'll see the ceiling lights are turned off there. Well, most they were in the last shot, but see how that light just flows in through that side of the unit.
Perfect. It's east sun as well. Plantation shutters throughout, as Jeff was talking about. A great, as you can see here, perfect flow. This kind of gives you an idea of how it wraps back around. Kitchen, I love the way they remodeled that kitchen.
Kitchen was done very nicely. The wood floors continue all the way into the kitchen. You've got a decent sized pantry there, gas range. All of the appliances are stainless steel. You have the stainless steel farmer style sink. The owner has taken such great care of this. When we went out and met with them several months ago getting this ready, we walked through and we gave them a checklist of, I don't know, I would say 10 things to do, 12 things to do.
Maybe.
Did everyone.
So they were really smart. And selecting this end unit, creates more light, because you're less one neighbor, so you get extra windows. You're better on the noise. So on this floor as well, we have our second bedroom. This bedroom can also double as an office, and this is the full bathroom that is also on that floor that also can double as like your powder bath for when you have guests over. But both are in seamless locations where they don't feel like you're imposing if you come over and guests are staying. Makes life simple. As we look here, you see the steps that go down, and there is that front door. I love the fact that this unit has a gate at the front, so it has that security. Plus, it is a 2-car garage, so you're parking there, and as you see, you've got a little entry into the garage there on the lower left-hand side.
And this is when you come into the master bedroom downstairs. Again, you've got the really high ceilings. The lighting is just as great in this room, as you can tell. Carpet in this room, so you don't have the noise of the wood floors. You do have the tile floors that go back out into that. But we're going to turn around and look into the master bathroom here in just a moment.
What I loved about this is that it's got dual closets. So there's a closet in the bathroom. There's one right there at the door. One thing that I think we really have to point out is that the HVAC is also 2023.
Yes.
That is a huge bonus.
So it's got these cultured marble countertops. It has the built-in garden tub. It does have a separate shower that you'll get to see as we turn around in just a moment. The tile work is done very well. Tile work on the flooring is done very well. While this is probably all the original bathroom, it is so well maintained, you don't have to do anything to it.
The other thing too is a lot of the condos in this area have really high HOAs. This is $1,300 a month, which is a year. I'm so sorry, a year. Thank you, which is excellent. We've also done the floor plans for you, so you can kind of get an idea how everything flows. And as you can see, a 19 by 23 is a monster room right there. This all just kind of works to make this such an easy move-in turnkey place. It's a rare to come on the market.
So this is 5,000. Oh, and this is the front. One of the last thing is gated entry there. There are 6 assigned reserve spaces outside of that gate. And there's one for each of the units. Living in this community is it's like living in a small neighborhood, because you only have 5 neighbors to deal with.
And they don't come on the market very often.
So 5006 Cedar Springs Road, unit number F, is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Built in 1999, 1,751 square feet, listed at $450,000, which is $256 a square foot.
We're also going to have this open on Sunday from 1 to 3. Come on by and take a look at it. We're going to put a comment with a link. In the comments, we're going to put a link. Click on that. You can actually look at the other photos that we didn't use and zoom in and out on that map. If this is a house that you think somebody would love, share it with them, and also like and subscribe to our page.
And with that, we'll be right back.
Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pew, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you miss the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second segment, episode 299 of Sold with Updike Pew. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we thought we'd look at the lighter side of real estate, and let's talk about some of the craziest things that we have seen while either previewing or showing a house. Jeff, give it to me. I got some good crap.
Yeah, I think one of this was really kind of one of the scariest times that happened to me. There's two that I'm going to talk about. One is I was a baby realtor, and it was actually I had reached out to the man who had my house listed when I bought it. That it was kind of one of the impetus guys to get me into real estate or get me into real estate. And he had this really interesting home up here on Inwood Road between Walnut Hill and Royal.
All right.
Kind of south of where you live. And it was on that big lot that's right there on the curve. And it was just this really interesting older 2-story house. And I really wanted to see the inside of it. And so he had it listed. I called him one day and I was like, Jack, you don't have to do a special showing for me, but when you're going to go show it, call me and let me know, because I really want to come and look. I'll come before or after, whatever. So nice. We go over, he calls me, we go over and look at it. We're kind of walking through, and this is a foreclosed property. It's vacant. And we walk through, and there's a Coke can sitting on the countertop, and he reached over and, kind of to pick it up and move it off somewhere out of sight. And the can was cold, and it was a warm day, which told us there was somebody else in that house. So we just turned around and walked right out. I never did get to see the rest of that house.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. All
right. Here's mine. Here's one of mine. So first time I'm ever meeting clients, they have contacted us via a house that we have online. They fly in, grab an Uber. We're going to look at 9 houses that day. They meet at the first one. Introduce myself, hand them a list of everything we're going to see with all the documentation that they need. We make nice walk in. This young couple is just moving here. Walk in, and I'm kind of going through my spill. And I notice that it looks like maybe some of the workers have left something in this recent flip that looks like wrappers and whatnot. Don't think anything about it. Move over and look at the garage. The garage door was open, and there's a bike in it. That's so weird. Why is there a bike in here? We then go down the hall, look at the first bedroom, and there's like a pile of clothes. And it's still
laying on the floor?
Yes, and it is still, I am still not stacking up. The cold can none of this is like told me someone is in there. So he walks into the primary. She and I walk into the second bedroom, and as we come out, he's coming and has a white look on his face, and he goes, "There's a man in the closet." And I remember the hair on my arm stood up, and I stepped back and I go, "Go." And we both walked out as fast as we could, locked the door. I called the agent immediately. I said, "There is someone in your house that doesn't belong there."
You got a squatter.
Basically, but it's scary. And I was like, "Welcome to Dallas." I don't know how. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I threw me off my game for a minute.
Well, and the good thing is you only have you have nowhere to go but up.
Exactly. But we did find him no, we didn't find him a house that day. You found him a house the following weekend. I didn't. You found it that week, next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What's your other one?
That was funny. So I trying to think of what a funny one is. I've been in houses that have like a hidden basement that the listing agent doesn't tell you about.
I don't like that.
I don't either. You just kind of stumble upon it and then you end up going down, and that's kind of weird. I've had a gun pulled on me
In a house.
I loved working Saturday mornings, and so I would either take phone time. That tells you how long ago that was. I would take phone time on Saturday mornings, or I would be working with buyers that I'd hopefully picked up from the weekend before. Okay. So, morning showings are always they're always kind of questionable because did they really get the phone call? Did they really, are they really going to be up, especially if it's a tenant occupied property? And so we went to this one house, and, I'm going through my normal little practice of knock, 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 knock on the door, ring the doorbell, knock, 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 knock on the door. Didn't hear anything. Open the door. Realtor. Just
I do that. I yell that all the time.
I come and it's the way to do it because I don't want to startle anybody.
Oh,
Well, we looked at the whole downstairs of this condo, and we went upstairs, and I opened the master bedroom door, and there was a man laying there in the bed, turned over and had a gun pointed at me. I shut the door real quick. And I said, realtor. And we just left after that. And so, I went and called the listing agent and filled them in on what was going on. I don't know what happened after that, but that's.
So here's a funny one. And it wasn't so much the actual listing as what the client said. So allegedly this house was vacant. No, it was vacant. Allegedly it was owned by one of the owners of Condom Sense. Mm-hmm. And so it is the 1970s. It's over there at Hillcrest, north of Royal. And we walk in, and it's a 70s. It is a total 70s house. It's kind of got that step down conversation pit living room, shag carpet. And it is covered in mirrors. Everything is mirrored. Like, it does not look like there's ever been anyone under the age of 18 in that place. And one of the guys goes, "It looks like there's been a lot of coke done in this place." I was like, that is a true story. One time, this is you and I did this one. You and I were showing Melissa, and we were in a really nice house near Brookhaven Country Club. And we walk in. She's got 2 kids with her. And we're all, when you got 2 kids, you've got all hands on deck.
They're running, yeah.
And I looked up and saw, as you come in from the garage, there's a little platform. And on that platform, there was a hot pink pistol. And it caught my attention because it was hot pink. And I thought, that looks like a really good replica, but it looks like a toy gun. Look closer. No. It is a real pistol, and it's hot pink. And that's immediately when you and I both went and told Melissa, hey, there is a gun in here. We need to make sure the kids don't touch it because it looks like a toy. So that was one of the ones that was a little nerve-wracking. I'm glad we caught it, but oof, there's a lot.
I think the most interesting real estate transaction, in this way that I've ever done was, there was a woman that lived at River Oaks, and this was before you and I worked together, and it may have been before Heather and I worked together. But she was a dominatrix, and she had the cross set up in her secondary bedroom. Did we work together?
No, we didn't work together. I'd have called.
She had the cross set up in her secondary bedroom, and that was where her clients came to be treated the way they
You
wanted
showed
to be
the
treated.
house and it had that still set
Yes,
up?
she would not. She said, I am not ashamed of what I do. And if somebody sees this and doesn't, I did not photograph that room.
Oh, no.
But it was, I mean, she was just adamant about who she was. And she was like, if somebody don't want to buy it because of that, they don't deserve to buy it. We sold it.
I'm not even going to talk about it here. If you want to hear about this next story, you have to take me out for a beer. It was the first transaction I ever did, and it was a referral from Stacy Wilson. And I guarantee
you can't tell that story here.
I guarantee you that transaction almost made me rethink, what was I doing? I was like, no, I can't do another transaction like that. That was the most insane thing I've ever done. It was all legal, but it was too much on your first transaction.
You were chasing a lot of people down on that one.
I was so angry I didn't even go to the closing. That's terrible.
So anyway, I hope you found that funny. Hope that's kind of showed a little bit lighter side of our business. So.
It is a lighter side. It's great. We wouldn't change it any other way. Hope you found it fun, as Jeff was saying, and just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.